guys, welcome back to another video with Life with Allen TV. So today, as you see the title, we are doing some baking. We are baking a eggnog pound cake. So I decided to try this recipe because I love eggnog so much, and pound cake is kind of a staple. During the pandemic, I learned how to bake, and pound cakes were one of the things that I perfected, I would say, or at least the people that taste it say that it was delicious. So I decided to combine two things I love, and it's kind of like, it makes it a holiday type pound cake. So you, I believe, will enjoy this recipe. So I'm going to take you through the steps of how to make it. A pound cake to me is a really simple recipe. Basically throwing everything in there, mixing it up, as long as you got your main measurements right. Again, I told y'all I don't really measure, which is why actually these cooking videos has been kind of a challenge, because I know if you're trying to follow a recipe, it's hard to follow something with no measurements if you don't know how to cook. So I apologize, but that's just how I do it, and I want to keep it, real with you all and be transparent. So I mean, when I cook, I just kind of do it according to my feeling and according to taste. So hopefully that's something you can roll with, because that's just how I do it. Now when I can, for like something like the pound cake, I'll put measurements, even though some of the things that I use I don't measure, but I'll give the measurements in the description box for those who are not familiar with the recipe. So sit back and enjoy it. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to taste this. So see y'all in the next clip. Okay, so we are about to get started. Have all the ingredients that we need put together and have the stand mixer. This is something that I got, I think, a year ago, this stand mixer, and it has been a game changer with baking. You can use a hand mixer, but this just makes your job easier. So use what you have, because for a long time I just used a hand mixer. So what you see me doing now is adding my softened butter. I have 3 sticks of unsalted butter that I'm adding to my mixer, and we're going to cream the butter until it's all blended together and soft and fluffy. While I have the butter creaming, I'm going to add a half of this pack of cream cheese. It's going to be 4 ounces. I'm going to add half of that into the butter mixture to cream all of that together also. This cream cheese is at room temperature. Immediately after I put in the cream cheese, I went in with my 3 cups of granulated sugar, because what you want to do is blend all of this together to get it soft and fluffy, so you have no grain or grit of that sugar left remaining. So I set a timer for 10 minutes to get this all blended in together. This is what it should be looking like. Everything is blending well. When your 10 minutes have ended, You're going to scrape the side of your bowls because you want to make sure all the ingredients are combined together before you add in your next ingredient. Okay, next we have 5 eggs that are at room temperature. We're going to add them in one at a time. So you would add 1 egg, blend it a little bit, and then you would add your next egg until you're all done adding them in. Okay, now it's time to add in the vanilla flavor. This is one of those things that I don't measure. I just put a dash in there, but I will definitely have the measurements down in the description box for you. Okay, so after all of those ingredients are blended together, we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure everything is blended well together. The next step, we'll be adding in our 3 cups of flour. Now, I use cake flour, so I'm using the cake flour. It's pretty much a foolproof way to make sure you have everything that you need already in that one box. So the cake flour is what I'm using for this particular recipe. So I have 3 cups of that, and we're going to add in a little cake flour and alternate the cake flour and our eggnog. Be sure to blend on slow when you're adding your flour. If not, you're going to have flour everywhere. So I just added in half of the eggnog mixture, and we're just slowly blending and alternating the two until we get all of the flour and the eggnog in our bowl. So we started with flour and we're going to end with flour. A huge tip is you don't want to over blend your mixture once you get your flour in. If you blend too much, it's going to make your cake tough and dry, and you don't want that. So you're going to just blend just a little bit more just to combine all the ingredients. Right here you see I'm adding in my cinnamon, and then we're going to do the nutmeg and make sure it's combined, and then we're going to get ready to put it in our pan. I almost forgot one of my secret ingredients to my pound cake. I add in some butter extract. Yes, I know a lot of people don't add that, but that has been a game changer for when I bake pound cake. So definitely try it and let me know what you think. So after this, we are pretty much done. I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl and make sure all of the ingredients are combined together by hand. And then we're ready to get this thing in the oven so we can taste it, right? To some people, this is the best part, like being able to eat the batter off of this off of the mixer or scrape it out of the bowl. Tell me, which one are you? Did you used to wait and try to get the droppings from the cake batter before you put it in the oven, or you just wait till it's done? Okay, here I have my bundt pan all cleaned and ready, and I'm going to coat this pan with my Baker's Joy spray. This spray is going to guarantee that your cake is going to pop right out of this pan without sticking at all. I love this spray. So you evenly distribute your batter, and then I swirl around in it to help with releasing the air out of the batter. I'm going to hit that pan on the counter about 3 times to help with that, and then that's it. You're going to put your cake inside of a preheated oven at 325 for 1 hour and 15 minutes, or based on the your oven. Everybody's oven cooks different. So yeah, that's it. Now it's time to enjoy the rest of the batter. You have to save some for yourself, just to make sure the cake is good. This is how it looks when it comes fresh out of the oven. So once you let the cake cool some, I'm going to take it and flip it to put it on my cake dish. And then I will let the cake cool until it's time to put our frosting on. So now we're going to make a glaze. I started off thinking I can use my frother for this, but it did not work. It was a huge fail. So I ended up putting everything in the blender. So I added everything to the mixer after I couldn't do it with my frother. So I just got all these ingredients blended until it got the consistency that I wanted, and this is the result. This is it, guys. Our eggnog pound cake. It smelled delicious and it tastes just as good. You're definitely going to have to try this out if you're an eggnog fan, and let me know how you like it.